So we're Stef and Bo, we're both photographers, videographers, and we love to make videos and content creation.
When we were traveling in Australia, we already knew we didn't want to live the typical 9-to-5 life like a lot of people did. And like most people in our family and friends were like encouraging us to do. We always felt like we wanted to do something else. And that's why we decided to buy a van, build it out ourselves, and just go travel the world basically. But we're not just traveling, also we're actually just living in our van as well. It's our home. And we just love the idea of being able to be off-grid, to be out in the open, in nature, in the forest.
We've gone through a certain phase of going to the van build and now going into the transition of van life and fully accepting that sort of style of life, even not knowing how everything will go through in the nearby future.
We learned everything about photography and videography all by ourselves. We just bought a camera and just went with it, and we just started taking photos, videos, learning a lot from YouTube, etc. In the beginning we actually started just with a GoPro in Australia, which we really loved, like the whole process of like looking for different angles and taking different shots. We really loved it, and then yeah, it just evolved into something more, and we're still learning every day, and we love the whole process of it.
Well, we had, for example, a question from a van lifer who was living alone in his van but had also a relationship, and he was eager to know how we are dealing with our relationship in van life and how the communication dealing is in that regard, and he was very curious in that situation.
Yeah, because a lot of people, especially people in a relationship, are like, wow, I could never do that with my partner, and that's something we hear actually quite a lot. People also think that it's so small. They're like, oh, I could never live in such a small space. How do you do that? But we're like, no, we have the biggest house in the world because the world is literally our backyard. Even though we're literally in a small space, we're always outside. Our backyard changes every day. We can go wherever we want to go. And that's just something that no house in the world has.